All right, so this came up. This was a new NWC gold cart that came up for auction within the past, I believe, week, and then it was pulled. This was a strange one, though. I think this is the second one that didn't have a label on it. So if you know anything about the gold NWC carts, they're basically laser printed the little symbol, the little triangle symbol, and then like pasted on with glue. So people were thinking that this was a faked one. However, it doesn't make much sense to fake one, and this is why. To fake one of these, you need an NWC grade cart, because you can tell pretty quickly with the board whether or not it's real or not. Faking a board probably could cost you a ton of money to come even close to doing it. So you need a grade cart. You need to cannibalize that grade cart. You need to get a Zelda cart. You need to then take the label off that and then put glue on it. But then you get to the point where you're now selling the least valuable gold cart without having a label.
Right.
So what's the point of doing that? You're running the risk of selling a gold cart and cannibalizing a gray one that won't come near probably the cost of the gray one, unless you had a destroyed gray one. So it was determined pretty quickly, and also based on the location, that this was probably one of the unknown ones of the 26. Mine was number 13th. This was the 14th one discovered, that this was probably is real, and it looks real from the pictures.
Yeah, I saw. I mean, the glue itself is in the appropriate shape of the label.
Yes.
And the only thing that caught my eye, and I'm not saying I think it's fake, because I don't, but it just surprised me the way it came off in the pictures. As a person who spends a lot of time peeling labels off of things at work, like old crusty labels, that looks like a pretty clean peel for a label that I kind of expected would have just been like shitty paper.
Well, you don't know why the kid did it and like scraped it off.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, that's all I'm saying. But I mean, your thoughts were exactly mine. The price of faking this for an extra couple grand plus all the work you would have to put into it, it doesn't make any sense to me to do it.
Well, I made the fake gold one for the video with James. It actually wasn't that hard, but getting those labels off is tough. But it took like an hour and a half, 2 hours to do it. And then you put it in the shell and you have to cut it out. That could be a little hard to do it perfectly. But you have to fake the board, though. I mean, you don't have to fake the board. But the point is that, again, I'm tired. It wouldn't make much sense to sell a shitty one. It'd make more sense to create a fake label. That's what I'm kind of concerned about. The person that buys this, if they're going to make a shitty label on it, of course that had to be disclosed. Yeah. Even though it's a shitty label to begin with, you're making a reproduction label to put on it.
Well, I mean, the only thing you can hope is that whoever,
I don't picture the person. First of all, I don't picture the person buying this flipping it. I'm just saying 5-10 years from now, maybe they'll sell it. If the price is up to $50,000, they'll sell it. They should disclose that. However, the good news about these gold cards, and whoever gets this, it probably will be recorded, and people are recording who buys what.
Who buys it will be recorded. So if suddenly this person is selling one with a label on it, it's an immediate red flag.
So this was found at a rummage sale, along with a lot of other NES games that were donated by someone who obviously didn't have any idea about the collection. So imagine that. I mean, hell, you got a gray one that came into the store.
Funny story. I was found at a rummage sale.
So imagine you go to the rummage sale and you see a shoebox of games. You're like, oh, Legend of Zelda. No.
Yeah.
You would, I wonder if the person that found it, I'm not sure if the person that found it knew what it was beforehand, though. That's what I'm trying to figure out with that. If they went to someone, oh, look what I got, to their friend, and their friend's like, holy shit, do you know what that is?
Yeah, I like all these stories of these discoveries.
It still happens.
Much like the gray cart, in our store, a few years ago. It's always a matter of like.
It's been like every 2 years one of these has been found.
But it's just weird. It's always like someone's in a rush or someone doesn't know what they have or, this. It always seems to fall into the hands of someone who doesn't have any clue before being transferred over. It's weird how they just pop up still.
So they took the auction down. It was starting bid at $5,000. I believe they got a bunch, what they believe were shield bids, but they probably weren't, some of them. And then they took it off the market, I think, to probably sell on a forum like Nintendo Age. So yeah, it's up in New Hampshire. That's where the seller is. That great state that I forget exists sometimes. Don't kill me, New Hampshire residents. All four of you.
Don't worry, they'll kill me. I didn't say anything about New Hampshire.
I'll get off it. So I don't know about. It's hard to know what a price is. There has been one of these that's been auctioned off in a very, very long time. I believe the last one that sold was an auction around $18,000. This was like 5 years ago, and then I think the person that paid, then it went for the sale, and I was like
18,000's a couple centuries ago,
or 20,000. What's that?
18,000's a couple centuries ago.
Are you trying to be funny, or are you being just dumb, Ian? Is this dumb pre-matrimonial, Ian?
Is there any difference?
No, there isn't. You nut. All right, so I'm interested to see what this sells for. I would love to see an actual auction though, because the past few NWC cards, the past 4, including mine, have not gone via auction. They've been private sale, and it's nice to see a new benchmark. Actually, you know what? The Howard Phillips one did go for like 17 or 18,000, but that also included a lot of his nice swag.
I'm surprised that's all it went for.
Well, the one before, that was a new benchmark though, because before that I think it was like 10. So that's almost double than what the one went before that, I believe.
What are the grays going for?
That's what I said.
Oh, okay,
17.
Yeah. But all right,
Howard,
that makes sense.
Howard Phillips gray that he had
Yeah.
went for like 17 and change, but he also had like all the NWC material and letters and stuff like that. So it was like, wow. So there you go, NWC Gold Cart. They're not a scumbag seller. They are a fortunate seller.
Yes.
Or a lucky seller of the week.
Yeah.